We're live with Skywalker Boxing Media. We got Clubber D, the Combat G, in the house with Ball and Buds podcast. Salute. We got Ernest in the house, Papi Chuniello. Salute, my brother. And we have a special guest. We have undefeated welterweight, 11-0, Thanjhae the Tiger Teasley. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How y'all doing? Blessed.
Doing good, man.
Hanging
Hey,
in there, man. Hanging in there.
congratulations on your big victory on Saturday. You were the main event for Red Owl out in Houston on the Zone. You're televised. Man, tell me about that victory, man. How does it feel with that tremendous victory coming back? After a knockdown and having to beat this bully up, bro. Tell us how that went.
It feels great. Yeah, it feels really good. I just want to say respect to him. Happy that he took the fight. I'm also glad that I was able to take that next step into my career with our team, and that the team trusted me to be able to do that, and also the preparation that we put into it as well, along with sparring partners and everything. And that second round when I got knocked down, I didn't really feel it too much. He caught me with a good shot, and I was also went off balance. Both my feet. It was funny because I kind of felt like a cartoon character. Both my feet went in the air. I tried grabbing on the ropes. I couldn't grab onto the ropes. So then that's why I popped right up right away. And the first thing I thought about was, I don't feel nothing. And then the second thing I thought about was, for the rest of this round, I boxing. I'm gonna show everybody I'm not hurt. So I'm gonna just keep popping. So for the rest of that round, that's exactly what I did in that specific round. The last couple of seconds I could. And at the end of that round, I was actually able to start having him on his back foot, and I was applying the pressure myself. And then from there, the rest of the fight, I stuck to it, went back to the game plan that we originally planned, and stayed away from the ropes and did everything I had to do. And he has a lot of heart because he went all 8 rounds until the end, until I was finally able to get the stoppage.
Yeah, he was tough. He was a tough opponent, man. You had to be quick on your feet, and that's like definitely the definition of chopping a tree down. Putting in that boxing work, and work, just breaking down your opponent, man. He was very tough, man. For you to get out of that second round, you know what I'm saying, and then just start taking the rounds after that, bro. That was badass, man. I give you a lot of credit. And shout out to your gym, man. Indios Boxing Gym out in Allentown, PA, man. You guys got a lot of good talent out there. I noticed you got Jonathan Rodriguez in the gym with you.
Yeah.
You guys are good, bro. You guys have a good coach. You want to give anybody any credit out there from Indios Boxing Gym?
Yeah, I want to give credit to everybody. I want to give credit to head coach Indio, of course. He's the one who helps out with the game plan. Coach Luis Melendez, he's the one that was actually the coach that was in my corner that was telling me the instructions. Coach Nelson Perez, he's also there every single day with us. He doesn't also just help with the pros, but he also helps a lot with the amateurs. Everybody helps out with each other. And of course, Coach Mark Mendez, who was able to come out there and be inside the corner as well too. And also, there's for the other pros besides just myself and Jonathan, there's Brittany Sims. She's the number 1 bantamweight woman in the world in her weight division.
Nice.
She also has a WBA title. And then Hellman, I can't remember Hellman's last name, but he's from Canada and he's training out of our gym as well too. And he's a dog, 14-0, great guy. He's fighting in October over in I think Toronto. But overall, everybody inside the gym, whether they train or not, we all help each other out there. We're all a family. I just want to give a shout out and credit to literally everybody there as well, because even for example, even when Coach Indio couldn't be there in person because he had a family emergency, but he was still giving instructions to Jonathan, who was sitting on the side, and Jonathan was yelling instructions to me that Coach Indio was saying as well. So if you notice, like during this couple of times that between rounds, I look out the ring and I was like, this is because I'm listening to what they're saying. But overall, credit to everybody there from the gym yet again. Even the people, like everybody that trains there, and credit to God. That's all I gotta say.
Nice, yeah, definitely. Hey, Clubber D, this is Clubber D. You have any questions?
Yeah, I did have a question. I see this was your first pro fight outside of Pennsylvania. Did it feel different fighting? You know what I'm saying? Out of state? Is there any, besides fighting out of state, is there a dream place you want to fight at, as far as like a arena, like Madison Square Garden, Vegas?
Yeah, actually, yeah. I would like to fight. I'll fight anywhere, to be honest. I would like to fight. I want to fight out of the country as well too. But anywhere, step by step, I'm gonna be patient, and wherever I end up going. Well, I know I'm gonna go far in my career, but wherever my career takes me is where we're gonna go and we're gonna fight. And I didn't really feel too weird fighting outside of the state because fight's a fight. I have to be able to box anywhere that I'm going, especially with the way I envision my career going. I'm gonna have to be able to adapt and make any changes that I have to make to anywhere, any place that I fight. So I'm ready for any time, anywhere, any place. Just as long as we up to the team as well, and we're all on the same page, then anything's possible. Do anything we put them onto.
You wasn't lying about them changes because after that second round, I feel like the ref didn't like him because it went on 2 rounds too late because he was putting it on him. You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad for him towards that last round. And I was like, Jesus, somebody throw in the towel. I felt like Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot that went on behind the scenes as well too with that fight. Not anything in a bad mannerism. I'm talking about like the ref obviously had nothing to do with it. I'm talking about like there was a lot that went behind the scenes with the fight that with the whole camp, with the preparation and everything like that, and just different things I kept hearing and stuff about my opponent. So when we were in there was a couple of times where I purposely started slowing down, because I wanted the fight to go longer. And then when I started realizing that the ref is not gonna stop the fight, I'm in my head like, because there's a couple of times where I wanted to, like how Roy Jones when I remember one of his fights, he stopped, looked over at the ref like this.
Yeah, looking at the ref, and he passed. Yeah.
I wanted to keep it professional, and I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to seem like I was showboating, because I wasn't showboating at all. I was 100% focused on my task, and once I noticed that the ref wasn't going to stop the fight, that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to push the gas pedal even more, and I could just let my hands go even more than I already was. And we just went in there just the whole time, just focusing on telling myself, just get the job done, get the job done, get the job done.
True warrior.
Can you tell us about that tournament? You're going to be fighting again on Red Owl, right? So it's like kind of like a super series tournament, kind of like what my boy Nonito did with Monster Inoue back in the day, like a super series.
Yeah, that's what. I don't think we're a part of that tournament. I don't believe we are, because they said 140s, but I think they meant the light 140s. But I don't know if. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure because they didn't tell me any information about that. So far from my knowledge and from our team's knowledge, I'm not involved in that because I fought at 147, and I think it was for the 140 pounders.
It was just for the 140 because I heard them bring that up, and I was like, damn, that's cool because I really like that, man. That concept of a tournament, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that tournament is cool. I always wanted to fight for the Muhammad Ali trophy in that tournament that they have, like you said, like the Inoue tournament.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
Yeah. They need more tournaments, and you know what? I like the matchmaking for that event. They did really good matchmaking. Like even your opponent, I mean, in the beginning, man, everybody's like, "Damn, this fight right here, we don't, you know what I mean? We didn't know in the beginning, so because he was bringing it, you were bringing it."
It's understandable. It's okay. Shout out to we call him Jimmy Jam, but he was the matchmaker for that, and I just wanted to say that. He did do it. They all did a great job with matchmaking, and even my opponent, even though he was 8-0, all of his wins by knockout, I went ahead. And yet again, no disrespect to him, all respect to him still. I went ahead, looked at what kind of opponents he was fighting. I looked at how he stopped the guys, and I noticed that a lot of the fights, even if they weren't listed as TKOs, a lot of them were just stoppages by the ref, or the guys just ended up quitting. So that was also another morale booster for me because even though my record is now 11-5 knockouts, there were some fights that if I would have pushed the gas pedal down more, I could have gone ahead and got the stoppage. But one thing that I told myself since the beginning of my career, when I started, when I first turned pro, was that I'm going to get my experience in, I'm going to get my rounds in, because I'm learning on the job. So since I'm learning on the job and I want to make sure I get my rounds in, I have to get the experience while I'm going. And I don't want to just end up doing something where I can try to go for a knockout. Because if I try to go for a knockout every single fight, besides, say something happens, I end up getting knocked out.
Right.
I don't want nothing to happen. Like, no disrespect to Jose Vargas, but I don't know Jose Vargas. He even admitted to the one fight, this fight that he just lost. I think it was last year, somewhere around there. But he admitted that he was just going in there quick, going in looking for a knockout, and he got. I don't want to get got. I was going to stay smart, stay strategic, and stick to the game plan. Listen to coaches and just keep studying the game, keep studying the sport.
All right. And you move pretty good for a big welterweight, man. I think you're like 6 feet tall, right?
Yeah, he's all over the place.
I'm like 6'1".
Yeah, you got good footwork, bro. Yeah, you got good feet, man, for being tall. I'm tall, bro. I'm 6'4", and I got clumsy ass feet, bro. You know what I mean? I got them size 14s. I'd be tripping.
But,
yeah, great.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, Ernest, this is Ernest Johnson right here. Papi Chunyeyo. Do you have any questions,
Yeah,
Taj?
man. Hey, Thanjhae, first of all, man, congratulations on the win, man. It was amazing watching you dig deep and make adjustments in the fight. Congratulations on that. That's you.
Thank you
You
very
got a
much.
world of experience right away, man. When you were able to, get up and make that adjustment. It's people that don't know how to get up the right way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, congratulations on that. So, I want to ask
Yes, sir. Thank you.
a different type of question. Saw the promotional thing that was the behind the scenes with you guys. Whatever the promotional thing they let out. Can you explain to the audience what that experience was like to be able to provide introspective to who you are as a boxer and have someone to be able to put out a promotional video that you're happy with them basically explaining who you are.
Yes. So with that was actually a very cool, different experience. I've only ever really seen it on TV. When it finally was, when I was informed that they were coming down with the camera crew, and that they were coming down to interview and see an everyday thing, it kind of caught me off guard, but it didn't catch me off guard. What I did was I made preparations to make sure that they were also comfortable as well, because they were technically our guests, even though they were doing their job. They were still our guests. They gave us a heads up, like they asked, hey, is there anything particular you want to do? Or I also asked as well, like, what can I do on my end to make sure to have their job easier for them? And I remember they mentioned like, yeah, something like show the pre-fight preparation, like you getting a haircut and stuff like that. Right away, I'm like, oh man, we finna come into the barbershop. Y'all already know how the barbershop is, so.
They gotta start cutting
But
up.
but
Yes,
we
sir.
kept it professional in the barbershop. They mic'd them up, and it was really cool. The thing about that though, the promotional thing as well, is they were only able to catch so much. Like there's a lot that goes into not even just boxers, but a lot of a lot of combat athletes. We sacrifice so much that you're not gonna be able to catch just in one day. We not only just sacrifice so much, as in sacrifice wise, as in like cutting weight and everything, and training every single day in those long hours. We sacrifice a lot much more as well too, with our social time, being able to do certain things, being able to have fun compared to discipline. And it was overall a great experience. I was actually glad that they were still able to see how I trained. I was even joking around and asked them, I was like, yeah, like, how do y'all think about the training? They're like, yeah, that was different. Just in that one day alone, they seen that. They were like, yeah, we filmed other guys before, and you're probably one of the hardest workers that we've seen so far. But I like to let my actions speak louder than my words, so I just have to keep working hard, to keep training hard, and training smart as well, so I can make sure I continue to have satisfactory performances, satisfactory for myself and for our team, and winning. Of course, winning. I'm gonna have to keep winning because I'm a winner. I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
Check
man.
those
Like I said,
boxes.
that promotional video they put out was super fire, man.
Yeah,
I
it
just
was.
like I wanted to, I just wanted you to touch on that because a lot of people don't really understand what fully goes into advertising and things that give people the ability to make money. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, so you're pushing yourself in such a way
yeah.
that it allows people to get to know who you are. And I think a lot of boxers and people in general could take some lessons from what you did there with that promotional video. Good job, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I just wanted to make sure that that people understand that a lot of boxers and a lot of people overall are misperceived, where they're assuming that certain boxers are a certain way or certain people are a certain way, and they don't understand that you can still be respectful, you can still be a certain type of person, and you mix your personal life and your business life. You don't want to do that. You have it separate. You separate it. Unless, like me, I eat, sleep, and breathe boxing since I first started. So I always boxing's always mixed into it. But you can still have a great heart and understand that this is just business and nothing personal, no matter what. Like even inside my previous fight, I after the fight I went up to my opponent, shook his hand, Told him I had much respect for him, and I told him thank you for taking the fight, and I also hope that he appreciated that I took the fight as well too, so we could both learn from it. And I also let him know that it's not a loss, it's a lesson. Just because I would hope that somebody else would do the same thing for me, and even if they wouldn't do the same thing for me, I'm still gonna keep my class act, keep my character, and still do what I have to do because I'm more
that's respect, bro.
It's good. It's good stuff.
That is good,
What would be some of the advice you would give a boxer just starting out, just getting into the game? Like, what's some advice you would give them?
One of the biggest things is make sure you are coachable. What I mean by being coachable is that don't think that you know it all, and don't think that just because you've seen things and you studied film on YouTube or you've seen other boxers do it, don't think that you're going to be able to do it right away, because a lot of the things is repetition, practice, and practice. The second thing, the most important thing, is that you have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that you can do anything you put your mind to, because it's the truth. You really can do anything you put your mind to. And the third thing is to have a solid team, solid foundation, and don't go in there thinking that you're just gonna go in there being able to try to hurt everybody that you can try to hurt. Don't start having an ego like, oh yeah, I'm big and bad, because it's something that you have to stay humble. You have to stay open-minded. You have to keep calm at all times, because boxing isn't just about, like Mike Tyson said before, a boxer who doesn't think. Like, boxing is a certain percentage of physical, and the majority of it is thought-wise. It's mental. You have to have a clear mind. You have to stay calm. Yet again, biggest thing, being coachable. Listen to your coaches. Practice the basics. Practice a lot of the things, because you can go very far with just a solid foundation, with a great team, and also with belief. And don't ever give up. There's going to be times whenever you feel that maybe you aren't destined for this. Don't believe in that. Those times, those are going to roll right over. Right after that, snap out of it. Tell yourself that you know you're going to be great. Doesn't matter how far you plan on going in your career. Just remind yourself, for that moment, you're going to be great. You're going to do what you have to do. The biggest thing, yet again, is belief, positivity, and run. A lot of
and run.
You have to run. I had to make sure that was clear, because some people
dropping gems. You like the boxing David Goggins over here. I love it.
Thank you.
Has anybody reached out to you as far as like any promotional companies to sign you? Has any promotional companies approached you yet?
So far we just been working, like, the one main promotional company that we've been working with was King's Boxing, and I have 9 fights with King's Boxing, with Marshall Kaufman. I have 9 fights with him, and King's Promotions. Sorry, not King's Promotions. I have 9 fights with Marshall Kaufman and 1 fight with Jeter Promotions. But so far it was mainly just one company so far that has reached out. But other than that, not to my knowledge to anybody else. I mean, I'm just starting. That was my first big fight on television, to let everybody know who I am, and to also put my name out there. So we'll see what the future holds. It's just gonna be up to how our team, how our manager, how my coach, how our team overall, how we discuss it, everything. So far, to my knowledge, we just have one so far that's interested.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, they're coming. That's what Raheem Prosay's in the chat. He's hyping you up, man. He said they're coming. Especially after that.
That's my guy right there too.
Yeah, they're coming, bro. They are, man.
Raheem.
Yeah, that's our bro, Prosay, man. We try to sponsor fighters, bro, and help fighters, man. And we know that it's hard, to work a full-time job and also train full-time. So we try to help out fighters in need, with equipment through Raheem, through Prosay, and also, if you have a logo, we could put on the trunks. We come together as a team and we could do sponsorship. We've done that in the past for other fighters. So, yeah, we'd definitely be interested in sponsoring you in the future, man. So.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, and Prosay, he already helped out our team multiple times as well too, with equipment. And we also, every single time people always ask about hand wraps and stuff, we always recommend him, because right there, hand wraps, everything, his equipment, he has A1 equipment. He has some really great equipment, and also with y'all as well too. I really appreciate y'all a bunch, and I'm definitely gonna keep that in consideration, keep it in mind with that, because thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't let you get up out of here without me asking this magical question, man. It's the question that we ask basically to help our audience get to know the fighter better, and it's an arrangement of 3 things: the money, the belt, and the legacy. There's no right or wrong answer, but could you just please rank for us those three things and maybe explain why you've done it that way?
Okay. So I'll rank number 1, legacy. Number 2, belt. And number 3, money. Reason why I ranked it that way, number 1, legacy, is because I'm in boxing, of course. Of course, every boxer loves that paycheck. They want to get a big paycheck. That's one of the goals because it's gonna help build a foundation for a whole bunch of other opportunities. But for me, number 1 is legacy. Because honestly, whenever I decide to get into something, I decided to do it. I want to be the best at it, or at least want to be one of the best, or even recognized as one of the best. And I don't need to be recognized by the world. I just need to be recognized by myself. That's what I mean. Like, it's a me versus me thing, where I have to recognize that by the time I'm ready to retire, that I'm like, yeah, I'm satisfied with that retirement. I'm satisfied with my career. I'm satisfied with that profession and everything I did. But I also do want to have certain accolades that people are always going to remember me by. And I also want to have those accolades that even if people don't remember me, at least even if it's just a little kid or something, somebody will remember and they'll at least be inspired by that. So I can have that foundation and that platform to also keep spreading positivity and spreading honestly real knowledge. And then number 2 was the belt. Reason why I ranked the belt second is it goes in along with rank number 1. Whenever you get that belt, it's gonna rank you higher and higher inside the rankings of the world, not just inside of America, not just in your state, not just inside your weight division, but in the world overall. Out of you'll be well known as, okay, that person definitely did that. That person's a champion. When you think of a lot of people, think about Muhammad Ali, of course, Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, even people who aren't fans of boxing, those 3 names because of the legacy that they left and because of the championships that they held as well. And then the third one is money. The money comes along with those first 2 choices, and that's why I put those third. If I was just in this career chasing just for money and I was boxing only for money, I would eventually see myself as becoming a journeyman for a while. Reason why I'm saying a journeyman and what a journeyman is, for people who don't know what a journeyman is, it's a respectable boxer who still goes into the ring, still dedicates his life to boxing, and still does a great job boxing wise, but he usually is set up more for those newer up and coming prospects who would give him the bigger challenge. And journeyman can be different for everybody, but that's what my personal opinion of journeyman is. And if I was in it just for the money as well, the money isn't always promised. If I don't have a great career and I don't chase that legacy, I don't do a great job, I don't become a champion, what's the whole point of me fighting just for money? Because that the money isn't promised. Like, a lot of people don't understand that when you start boxing, depending on your background, and if you have the lessons to be able to start off on a card like Top Rank or Matchroom or anything, the money only lasts for so long. You have to keep pushing and keep being smart and finding different investments, finding different backup plans, different setups and everything too. But there's a lot that goes into it. But I'm gonna just leave it at that because I know I could run. I could just keep rambling on and on and on about that. But overall, yet again, money's number 3 for me because I just love it. I ain't go front. That goes along with legacy because if y'all would have said love, I would have put love as number 1 because I love this sport so much.
Yeah.
I just it's a legal sport. You can legally fight people. Come on now, it doesn't get much better than that. No repercussions. Come on now.
Yeah. What's your hobbies outside the sport though? What do you do outside the sport? Any kind of hobbies?
Yeah. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, you caught me off guard with that. Nah, but I like to read a lot of manga, which is basically Japanese comics. I like anime. I like listening to music, just hanging out with my friends and family. Catch me on the dominoes table. Let me say that. I like to play dominoes a lot. I love dominoes. Me and my cousins always play dominoes. Those games get heated, especially when I'm playing with Jamaican cousins. We start getting heated, and I could play Copy Cool.
Cappy Cool, yeah, I know how to play that too, bro.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
It's been a minute. I know that.
Man.
I like that Cappy Cool, man. A great answer.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, overall, I just love being alive. I just love being alive. Love the position I'm in right now, and even outside of boxing, even though this is still considered boxing, I like studying film. I like watching other boxing matches.
I got a question from Pro Se Raheem. He said, "What does your name mean? What does your name mean?" Raheem's asking.
My parents, they told me that my name, when you put it together, what it comes to means what the heck did they say? I just remember warrior, to bring together, and courage. I just remember those three specific things. I have to re-ask them again, but I talked to them not so long ago, and I asked them about that. But those are the three things that I do remember. It's deeper than that. There's a lot more to it, but those are the three main things I can bring together and courage.
Okay.
Yeah, that's dope right there. Yeah, man. Listen, I used to live in Whitehall. I worked in the area as a imaging engineer, so I'm very familiar with the area. The one thing you definitely gonna get there is a dope barbershop. Everybody out there can cut, man. You wanna
Facts. Yo, shout out
plug
to
your barbershop or the shorty who does your cornrows. We like to give people opportunity to get some exposure here too. So if you ever want to plug any of those guys, just go ahead, man.
Oh, most definitely. Shoot, my barber, his name is Los Carlos. He call he cuts out of exclusive cuts in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Every barber in there in exclusive cuts in Bethlehem is a beast. They are all monsters. They even go to competitions and everything outside of the state. They're nice to
wow.
They even have a hair braider in there, and then my hair braider, I have different hair braiders, but for the fights, I always go to the same person. Her name is Neek, and she cuts. I mean, I say she cuts. She braids out of Northampton now, but even if you go to my Instagram and you search up Styles by Neek, and she should pop up. And then yeah, just if I can, I'll show. Dude, let me show both of them out real quick.
I might have to head up there. They can sculpt me a hairline. I might have to go to Turkey and bring me a hairline. Come up there real quick. You know what I'm saying? They can spray it on if it don't rain. I just don't want to look like Stanley or nothing.
I see a little something. Yeah,
hey, you know what I'm saying? I got my ginseng and sea moss. I'm trying. I'm getting it.
all the pro boxers from Albuquerque, bro, they all have barbershops out here, bro. That's all their profession, man. Like Matt Diamond Boy Griego, he's a barber, bro. Josh Torres, he's a barber. Like all our fighters are barbers out here.
That's fire. Hey, that's dope though. That's good. That's a good side hustle. That's good money right there too.
Yeah, you can schedule. You can make your own schedule basically too with that, right?
Yeah,
you can always say, "I'll do this day for haircuts," and because I have training or I have whatever. So
yeah, man. Yeah. Matt fought out after his fight. He had a cast on and was still cutting hair.
Woo.
Yeah. My homie Matt. He broke his hand and was still cutting hair the next day after his fight on a Top Rank. He was on Top Rank. But
that's how you know though. Be able to cover one hair.
Yeah,
I'd be a little nervous if I was a customer, but it is what it is.
He put a design and everything in there.
Hey, so
go ahead, Skywalker.
I was gonna ask, you don't have another fight date set, or you're just gonna wait? It's gonna be soon, another announcement, or?
Right now I just got to go back to the team. We're all talk to it together as a team, and we'll figure out what the next step is.
Next step, yeah.
Whenever, I'm ready whenever to get back into the ring. But yet again, it's us as the team we'll go back to the drawing board, talk everything out, fix the mistakes that we made in the last fight, and move on to the next fight, and show the growth in the next fight.
Nice.
How about y'all? Y'all looking forward to anything coming up? I'm pretty sure nobody really be asking y'all questions. What made y'all start doing this? What made y'all get into this?
Oh, I grew up in a boxing family. My uncle
didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah. I went military. I was never a professional boxer. I boxed in pals as an amateur, but I grew up in a boxing family. My uncle was a 2-time world champion. He was a super featherweight world champ. And he was inducted in the Hall of Fame, and he fought everybody, bro. He didn't duck no smoke. He was a knockout artist. He was 59-7 with 49 knockouts. That's him on the wall right here. That's Bobby Chacon. They call him the schoolboy, and a lot of his fights are on YouTube. You can check him out. He was a warrior, man. That's my mom's brother. And I was in the military, and I've always been a fanatic, bro. A diehard, never missed no fights. You know what I'm saying? Keeping up with the sport. And my son's a video gamer, and he got me into the YouTube. and he started showing me how to use YouTube, and he got me on the technology. I'm a blue collar guy. I wash windows. I'm a high rise window cleaner, so that's what I do for a living.
No, that's cool. That's interesting to hear as well too.
Yeah, I hang off a rope for a living.
Conducting those Skywalker interviews.
I want to say how.
Yeah. But I started working with Top Rank. I got a fight next week. I'll be at the Jaime Munguia fight. I'm covering media for them, and I covered the Albuquerque card here. So yeah, thank you, man. So I'm out. I got some good opportunities, and it's been great lately. I've been following you since Raheem put me on to you, bro. Pro Se. So I've been following you for a minute. So.
Yeah, again, I really appreciate that, and I still do remember that too. I remember when we first got in contact with him as well.
Yeah.
When he introduced through myself, Jonathan, and him, and I still remember that. So right when you messaged me about it, I'm like, oh, right away. I was like, yeah, I have to. We have to get this done. We have to, because it was a long time waiting, a long time coming. So it was
perfect time for it, man. Yeah, big win for you, man. So I was happy for you. I was like, oh yeah.
Thank you.
Everything was in that fight.
How'd you get into the sport, bro?
Yeah, so my buddy Omar, who started Ball and Buds, he asked me to come on this, go over some. I think it was UFC or boxing. I forgot which one came first, but I just came on. I always loved boxing growing up. Watching Sweet Pea. I was a big Sweet Pea fan, and watching everybody in the '90s, and then rolling to the 2000s. So I kind of the old school mentality of how you are, Tiger, where fighters should fight each other. The money aside, you want to do your legacy. So that's why I love that answer of yours. And also for this, like a shameless plug, tomorrow we're doing a show covering the UFC and the Canelo card on our page, Ball and Buds. Add us on YouTube if you can. But I just been doing this about a year with my buddy Omar for Ball and Buds, and we're having fun. Now that I looked up with Skywalker in '86 and Ernest, so now I get to interview up and coming fighters like you that put on great shows. So I feel honored.
Hey, that's awesome too. That's really dope. I'm glad y'all are sharing this sharing y'all stories as well with me as well too, so I can get to know y'all more as well, and it'll be a better keep connection in the future.
Yeah, trust me, I'm coming up to get that hairline too. I'm not too far away from you, so I'll be up there pretty soon to get that hairline. So I'm coming.
You gotta start drinking some of that Tiger's blood, bro.
I'm telling you.
Hey man, hey, listen, I want to tell you something, man. I definitely appreciate the question, right? Because over here we have a bunch of different personalities. All of us are outside the box thinkers. We're different. We don't approach the sport the same way that other people do. We're not into the fandom. We enjoy the competition, the warriorhood, the may the best man win. Let's shake hands after the fight, congratulate each other, get home, be happy with our family. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. That's how we are over here. We want the sport to be clean and fair, and we want everybody to be able to compete on an even playing field so we can really know who the best of this generation is, who's trying to stamp their name on history. That's what we do over here. You feel me? So the question now, to answer your question about how this happens. First of all, I got to give a big shout out to Skywalker because he really forced me to get on YouTube, because usually I'm a part of everybody's community. I want to hear what everyone has to say, what their opinions are, and just kind of digest it and see how it lines up with my own. But Skywalker's the one that got me on the YouTube. Normally I'm a jokester, man. I usually be in the comments, I got jokes for everything. And then
you got a lot of people tuned in. I want to shout out everybody too, bro. But there's a lot of people here. We got Brian Corbett, Angel Diaz, Opulent LD says he loves fighters like you. There's a lot of people in the comment section, so shout out to everybody.
Thank you
definitely
very much. Shout out to all you.
Salute.
Yeah, but it was my grandmother, man. My grandmother's the one that got me into boxing. I grew up as a competitive kid. I wanted to be the best at anything I've ever done. And so far, I feel like I have. And my grandmother, shout out to her, RIP, but she's the one that got me into fighting. I was a kid that got bullied as a kid. And, now I'm 6'2", 240, and I got hands. You feel me? So it's like, you get bullied as a kid and you got to go and dig deep and figure out what you're trying to do with life. And, got some military experience. And, that boost the confidence by being able to compete against another person and line it up, put my shoe on the same way they do, and win. That's what it's about ultimately.
Yes, sir. Yeah, hey. 100%. I understand the competitiveness as well too, and my condolences about your grandmother, but I'm sure she's still with you in spirit and in your heart. So I'm thankful for sharing that as well too, man.
Okay.
We're military vets.
We're both. Too. All y'all have different personalities.
Yeah. A lot of us are military vets on my show. We got Marines, Air Force. I was Army. Ernest was the Air Force. We're a lot of military vets on the show too.
Navy.
Yeah, Navy right here. Yeah, we got the whole every branch in here. So.
Hey, thank all of y'all for y'all service too, because y'all do a lot more and do a lot more of a dangerous and also caring job compared to the others as well too. Y'all really put your lives on the line as well. And not even as well, y'all really do literally put your lives on the line. Y'all do a lot more behind the scenes than people will really understand. So thank y'all for your service. We're really on behalf of other people, we really appreciate it a bunch because of people like y'all were able to.
Thank you, bro.
Things like that.
Salute.
Major salute.
Yeah, we have another partner. He's not in, but he's a referee. I'm doing the media. I'm covering media. I did some work with PBC last year a little bit, and now I'm covering Top Rank lately through Mo Boxing No Problem. I joined a big network, and so we're heading in the right direction, man. We're starting to get noticed, so we're starting to get really good interviews and going to the fights. You know what I mean? So it's pretty good, man.
Oh, yeah, so we're all growing together then. So all of us,
that's right.
We're all growing.
I'll probably see you in the future, bro, at a fight, man. You know what I mean? So.
Yes, sir. No, you definitely will. I definitely see you in the future. I'll probably see all y'all in the future.
If you're coming in the DC area, you're fighting down there anytime soon, I'll definitely be there. Like if they offer any fights in DC area, I'll definitely be there.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Anything in the West, bro, I'll be there. Anything in the West, Vegas, Arizona, New Mexico, I'll be there, bro.
Hey, did you plug his Instagram or your social media accounts so people can follow you?
I got a banner going. I got your ad right here.
Okay.
Okay.
I have his Instagram scrolling on the bottom.
Yes, on Instagram. Oh yeah, I see that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's cool. Yeah, I gotta get into that.
Yeah.
Technology is crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh yeah.
What part of DC? I got two fast right now. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say thank y'all so much for this opportunity again and for having me on here. I'm very grateful and blessed to have this opportunity to be able to not only just speak on behalf of myself, but speak on behalf of a lot of other people and to just help represent. And same with y'all. I know y'all are representing yourselves and representing your companies and everything. So it's really an honor to see all of us go together. So thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming
on. I'll follow you on Instagram as well too.
It's nothing, man. Just make sure you don't forget about us. And if we ever critique a fight, it has nothing to do with whether we like you or not. We just talk about fights and the things that happen in the fight, and that's all it's ever about. It's nothing personal. We can support two fighters at the same time.
Yeah, it's just constructive criticism. I understand. Like even some people I'm close to that were watching the fights. They were telling me about Sean Porter's commentary in the beginning. Then I rewatched the fight, and I didn't take it anything personal. It's just constructive criticism. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen both of us fighting for the first time, and instead of me sitting there and getting mad and butthurt, I'm just gonna take that and I'm gonna learn from it. I'm gonna take his advice. So of course, I'm gonna take advice from somebody like that and from anybody overall. But yeah, I completely understand. It's constructive criticism. Nothing for anybody to take personal, and that's just a part of being coachable. I'm always hearing opinions from other people and just try to learn from it.
Before you go, I want to show people your highlights real quick. I'm going to show them your highlights real quick. Everybody in the audience, pay attention. This guy's very good. He had a tough fight. Go rerun it back. It was Red Owl.
Even earlier than he ultimately did because he was pouring it on Selassie Bay for about 3.5 full rounds.
Absolutely, yeah. I have to salute what Selassie was able to do, especially after that frightening second round that he had a couple of one knockdown through this fight. That was a big moment for him. That was exactly what he needed. I don't think if Bay hadn't gone down, I don't think this fight would have been stopped. Probably the best thing for Bay was that he did go down.
Yeah, Carl Winslow should have called that earlier because that was rough.
Yeah.
Beating on it.
I forgot to play it, man. I know we're about to end the show. I wanted to show everybody that highlight clip, though, man.
Yeah, man. He was feeding them, man.
Thank you very much.
Putting biscuits. He was putting biscuits in the biscuits. You feel me?
Hands, feet, and elbows, everything.
We were practicing. One of the things we're practicing is not let him settle down and sit on his punches, and to keep taking different angles and to keep him hitting him from all angles. To just move, and be smart at the same time, and not just move into a punch, but move away from a punch while setting up the next shot. So I thank y'all for sharing that as well too. Thank you very much. That's only like that's only a small amount of what I can do too. So there's gonna be so much more that I'm gonna be able to show in the future when the time is right and when it's right. Yeah.
That fight was a movie. You bounced back, got the win, got the stop, and now you're snatching O's. That's what you're doing next. Snatching O's and snatching belts.
Hey, whenever the time comes, will come whenever the opportunity presents itself. I still have some growing to do, but whenever we're ready, we're ready. Whenever the opportunity presents itself, we'll make sure that we're ready.
My man. David Goggins of boxing, preaching positivity. I love it.
Right.
We need more fighters like you.
Thank you. Yeah, I told you. That's what I like to do. We had too much negativity going around, especially in social media nowadays. So as much as I can, gotta push positivity.
That's right. Oh man.
Yeah, you guys keep an eye on Thanjhae Teasley, undefeated welterweight. He's making some moves, was on the zone. Everybody's got their eye on you now, bro. So I want to wish you nothing but success and keep us updated on your next fight, man. We'll hype it up.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all as well. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, for everybody else commenting, asking questions, and everybody who's also just now paying attention. God bless all of y'all, and just want to make sure that everybody's keep working hard. All of us, that's all the only thing we can all do is keep working harder and keep working smarter. And all of us just gotta keep growing. That's it. So thank y'all for this opportunity.
All right, thank you, brother.
Oh, man.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Oh No was in the house, Blue Gems, Brian Corbett, Jose Diaz, Opulent LDTV, Raheem was in the house. Everybody was in the house, man. Much love. Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow Thanjhae Teasley on Instagram. It's scrolling on the bottom. And thank you guys. Bye.